Welcome back to Reputation at Stake. This is our Carnivore Chronicles, where we go over our carnivore diet and the progress we have so far. So this is week 11, and we want to give you our progress update. So currently, I'll let you start off.
Oh, this week was a rough one for me. Not rough for cheating, but rough because I didn't lose weight. As a matter of fact, I gained weight. I've gained a total of 5 pounds from my lowest. And so last week I maintained. So week 10, I just maintained the same weight. And then this week I started out at that weight, and then I gained a total of 4 pounds in 1 week. I'm pretty sure it's just fluid. Obviously, it's not fat. I haven't cheated. I haven't done anything wrong. It's just how women lose weight or how people on carnivore lose weight. Like, I think your body kind of goes into a little bit of freak out mode, like, oh no, you're losing weight too fast. And so it puts little stop gaps in so that your body can regulate. I have noticed changes in my body. Well, first off, I've got the keto rash.
Yeah.
I have it on my arms and on my torso and on my back and up my neck. And it's just really itchy. Nothing seems to help. Nothing takes the sting and the pain away. I just try really hard not to scratch it. So I've noticed that. And the other thing I've noticed is my arms, when I do stuff with my arms, I've noticed I have a lot of loose skin that I didn't have before. So I'm really excited that even though I haven't lost weight, I feel like my body's rebuilding. So.
Well, you mentioned the keto rash, and I think a lot of people, if I were listening, and I'm still learning, what exactly is that? Because from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, your fat can take in things that are toxins or poisons, or for lack of a better term, things that it doesn't know what to deal with, and it puts it in your fat. So that later on when you begin to lose a lot of fat, that stuff starts to just come out. And your body starts dealing with it because, on this diet, you lose a bunch of weight, your fat is getting processed. We watched an episode on House MD, and there was a kid in the bedroom, and he had gained weight while there was like poison in the room. I don't know if it was termites or something was, in the room that was like, he was getting a daily dose of it, and then he got really large, and then he lost a bunch of weight, and he ended up in the hospital. This is all a fictitious show, but it's about medical stuff. So they were saying at the end of the show, the mystery was no one knew that he had termites. No one knew that he gained weight while he was getting slow poisoning every day. And then when he lost a bunch of weight, all that poison just came out. And that's when they were able to finally treat the kid. So anyway, that whole logic is kind of what I'm thinking about this. What the keto flu sounds like is your fat has all this stuff stored away, and it gets processed and it starts to excrete these things. And also one other thing on top of that, and I'll let you go, is that your body's been healing, right?
Right.
So when you eat sugar and you eat carbs, the understanding I've been given is that like it's dealing with carbs and sugar, and it's like fighting. Your immune system's fighting to protect you a lot. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't deal with these other battles. It just tucks them away in your fat. So once it's dealt with all that sickness and all those carbs and sugar, it's like, well, that battle's over, and then it opens up a can of worms with this whole other battle with your fat.
Right.
That seems to be the other part of it too. But anyway, does that sound like what the keto flu is?
It could be. I mean, some people say it could be candida, die-off, keto rash. I think, oxalate dumping was the third thing. But it doesn't matter what the diagnosis is, the way to cure it's the same, and that's just stay on carnivore. Just stay true, drink water, support my body as best I can, which is meat, and just stay the course. It did do this to me when we lost 60 pounds last time when we were on carnivore. I got the same exact thing. I got it in different places, which I think that's interesting. Like right now it's up my chest into my neck, and it's just a bizarre place to get a rash. It does not look attractive at all.
Is it kind of wherever you sweat, right?
It can be. I'm trying to think. Like I have it in the center of my back. I have it on my arm, right here on my arm. I don't really sweat there. I sweat the rest of my body. But so I don't know which one of the three. I don't know if they're all pretty much the same, those 3 different kinds of rashes. Whatever it is, I think it's slowly starting to heal now. So hopefully in another week or two, it will have gone away. It takes about a week for it to run its course. Like I had a big patch here and it's pretty much cured. So,
Okay.
so yeah, just keep drinking water, keep eating steak and see what happens.
And last time we did it, like she said, was like 5 years ago. We were doing the carnivore diet. We got distracted. Some things came up and we got away from it. But when we did it, we lost 60 pounds apiece. And she had experienced this problem back then. So it's not out of the scope of normal.
Yeah, it's just something I do.
Right. And it only lasts for a little while, like a couple of maybe 2 weeks-ish. So anybody that's experiencing it, we want to give you hope that...
yeah, it's not forever.
Right. And you want to get that out of your body, because if your antidote to fixing this is to eat carbs and sugar so your body no longer fights it, and it starts to go back to fighting sugar and it just tucks it away, like that sounds kind of stupid, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to just take something and shut my body down. I want it to deal with it. I think one, maybe it will help my body learn how to deal with this severe stress, and two, I know it will go away, so why treat it if it will go away? It's not life-threatening.
right.
So how about you? How's your week 11 update?
Okay, so week 11 update. You gave your weight and all that, or no? Did you want to?
No, I didn't lose any weight. I gained 5
that's right.
pounds.
Sorry. I'm trying to make sure, because I have the little numbers here now. So long story short, I was 307.2, and then I went to 304.4. So that's almost 3 pounds, 0.2 shy of 3 pounds. I think I average half a pound a day, depending.
Yeah.
And if ever I do like use a Sunday to cheat, which when I say cheat, I mean, like Mission Barbecue, I've had their green beans, which has fat in it, but it's still not a animal. So, and it's got sugar in it. So I'm actually going to cut that out completely and just stick with collard greens. But again, that's still cheating.
Right, because you're gone all day Saturday. So
Saturday,
yeah, all day long Saturday. So his Sunday numbers usually don't look pristine. It could just also be, the stress of the situation. You do a lot of traveling. You travel what, 2 hours?
Yeah,
there and back.
Yeah, my mom is having issues,
Yeah.
so it's a weird time. But so yeah, whenever I go, I usually struggle with gaining some weight, but then the next 2 days lose it, like you were
Yeah,
saying.
by Tuesday. So Sunday he usually gains what, 2 pounds?
Yeah.
And then by Tuesday you're back to losing half a
Right.
pound a day.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and that's mostly because I'm eating, foods that have weight to it. And when you eat carbs,
You also eat later usually too. Like you eat
Right.
after 6 normally when you're
yeah,
out there.
yeah,
Because we try and eat before 6, so we're trying to do the eating window either OMAD or 2MAD depending on what our body needs, and we try and make that between like 2 and 6 every day.
right, yes.
And we've noticed that helps with
Yeah.
consistent weight loss. Sorry.
When the time comes, there may come a time when I don't end up going on that trip if my mother does pass away, but
Graduate to heaven.
graduate to heaven. So that meal will no longer be on the docket.
And
I want a treat.
you work really hard. You don't eat the cornbread. You don't get all the
No
barbecue
sugar.
sauces.
No soda.
You just have collard greens, which has tomatoes and sugar, and then the green beans, which have sugar.
Right.
And then whatever the heck is in there, Louisiana.
Alabama sauce.
Alabama
sauce. It's really tasty. It's kind of hot, but it's not.
It's kind of like
sugary.
a spicy mayonnaise. I almost said medicine.
Yeah, it's like a spicy mayonnaise. I don't taste a lot of mayonnaise, but it's got to be mayonnaise because it's white.
Yeah, it's creamy.
Yeah, it's kind of like ranch dressing, but instead of like chives or whatever, it's like hot. It's like a little bit.
So your plan moving forward is not to have the vegetables and just have the greens and see what your weight is. Oh,
Water.
collard greens.
Collard green, well, or no greens. Water, no cornbread. And I noticed that they put apple cider vinegar at Mission Barbecue on the table. I haven't seen what kind of spices they put in there because I'm a little nervous that it might have sugar in it. But if it doesn't, it's a really tasty
Yeah, you
sauce
seem
to
to
put
like
a little
that.
bit of apple cider, and it helps with digestion, all that stuff. And I love their turkey. I didn't think I would like their turkey.
Yeah, their roasted turkey's amazing.
Amazing. I
I'm
thought it
really
would be
surprised. Yeah.
I don't see
good.
a lot of fat in it, but anyway, that's a big side.
Eat it with a pat of butter.
Yeah, eat it with.
But it is good. Yeah.
Still, so weekly update would just be still losing weight. Pants are fitting more comfortably, and I feel like my meat suit is shrinking. So when I move around, it feels like my shoulders are sticking out more because I'm not, as heavy and big and fluffy. Whatever the word is.
What was your total weight of weight loss? 3 pounds. I know that, but you were
7.2.
307.
Yeah, 307.2.
So to date, you've lost 23 pounds.
Yes, if we're going to start at, I think I started at 335.
Oh, okay.
But
well, if you started at 335, then you've lost 28 pounds.
28 pounds. Yeah. So it's been fun. We didn't really start weighing ourselves until...
Yeah, we didn't have a scale.
Yeah, I mean, it was... I don't even have it on here, but I don't remember.
So one of the suggestions a lot of people suggest is measuring yourself. And I'm really curious, because I've gained that weight, I'm really curious if I had measured myself, I'm curious if things had changed. So I highly suggest, even though I don't want to, I highly suggest you go out and measure yourself, measure your waist, whatever you want to measure it. And then when you have a stall, go back and measure yourself and see if your body's just rebuilding itself.
So a tape measure, or I mean, not a tape measure.
A tailor's measure.
Tailor's measure, and then around the waist, like the belly and the chest and the hips.
Yeah, you just...
Okay, I'm not used to doing that. I just get on the scale and walk away. But
well, men, they measure just by their waist. I mean, you get a 46, a 42, a 40 waist. You know what your waist is. So
yeah, whenever I pull the belt, if I hear an extra chink in the holes, I know I did something good.
Have you done that? Have you gone down on your belt?
Yeah, I'm like da 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 da, and it just keeps going. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, and what's really great about the diet is that I'm not hungry. Like, whenever I do get hungry. It's really small, really it's not like aggressive hunger like carbs. And I can go a lot further, a lot more energy. But I love fat and salt and steak.
It's nice not to get hangry.
Right.
Carnivore Diet has totally eliminated the whole man asks woman, what do you want to eat? And she gets mad at him and doesn't know and doesn't want anything. And he lists 20 things and she doesn't want any. Carnivore eliminates all that. We know every night we're going to have steak. The biggest choice we have is whether or not we want eggs.
Right.
Which is something that's really interesting to me because you've started having a reaction to eggs.
Yeah, my reaction is just that whenever I eat it, my heart kind of speeds up a little bit or something, and it could be an allergic reaction. You mentioned potentially that my body is just so happy to get the nourishment from the food. Maybe
you're trying to find some happy reason. I don't think that's scientifically proven.
It's not enough to make me stop eating eggs.
Right.
I just had some and they were delicious. It's just this thing that I noticed.
But you don't feel that way when you have steak because you're always like, I didn't notice. But as soon as I gave you eggs, I asked you, you're like, oh no, my heart palpitated. So
yeah.
It's just interesting.
Yeah.
I know my mom and I, we get egg aversion where all of a sudden we're eating eggs, we love eggs, and then you couldn't pay us to eat an egg.
Yeah, and it might be these eggs.
Okay.
Like the next time.
Yeah, we got pasture raised eggs from organic pasture raised.
Yeah, to try.
We've been getting them for a couple months now. Yeah.
But there's different companies. If you hear growling, it's the dogs. They're playing
tag. Yeah.
Wrestling over there. There are some eggs that might not give me that reaction over others, or I'm just literally...
Maybe I should get some off the farm or something and just try a blind test with you.
I'm willing to do whatever you want. I just don't want to give up on eggs.
Eggs are so nice because they just go in there and they fill in all the little gaps. They're nice. Sometimes your steak's not quite big enough, but 2 eggs will top you off.
Yeah.
Or today we were in a hurry. Excuse me, I had class and you were working, so I just made a couple of eggs really fast, and it will tide us over till after this video. We're going to make steak.
Yeah, it's a nice gap filler.
Yeah. So 3 pounds. I gained weight, but I'm feeling good. So we're going to keep going.
Keep going.
Hopefully we'll see you on week 12 with better news.
Yes. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Take care.